welcome. What it boils down to finally is how much we have given time to listen, how much we have contemplated or inquired, how much we have understood, and how much we have practiced, and thus how much we have experienced. Finally, these four the opportunities, occasions go on coming and going, keep on coming and they go. Gurus will come in our life for some time. They teach. They don't stay permanently. They go. The advisors, the guiding people also, they come. They don't stay permanently. They go. Even the God also comes if we do upasana and just blesses and goes. Who remains is we, finally. And what happens or comes to us is depending on what we have done. That depends on how much we have understood. That depends on how much we are inquired or contemplated. That depends on how much we have heard. If you look at it, whether it is Dhruvas or Prahladas, whether it is the Parikshit Rajas or the Uddhavas, everyone were taught. But the difference between them and us is they are taught after that they took it completely on their own responsibility and translated that learning through practice into experience. So that is their greatness in our life also. Just waiting for something to happen so that we'll do the sadhana or start doing sadhana is the final defeating weapon of the mind on us. That weapon we have to defeat of the mind with our own weapon. That more than telling us the guru's job, he cannot do anything. More than giving us opportunities, God can't do anything. Those two have already come to us. Now it is solely in my hands how much I understand do sadhana. With this conviction, this mind's nature of procrastination, postponement, waiting for a conducive, convenient time or atmosphere, that non positive, fruitless thing, we have to win or defeat it. And thus, all the time in our mind, sadhyavastu and sadhana. Sadhyavastu and sadhana. And to do the sadhana, the tayari, the preparation, outer and inner. Outer, inner. It is as beautiful and simple as what Bhagavan Krishna taught in the sixth chapter. He taught us outside which place to select for meditation, what asana we have to make, how we have to sit. These are all preparations. Then, how inside the sadhana we have to bring all our faculties together integrated. Then, how to do the sadhana finally? Atma samstam manak krutva. Outer preparation, inner sadhana. Go on doing it, aiming at the sadhya, the goal to be reached. But for all other things, we have to become blind. Just like for all other things, we were open eyed and blind for the spirituality. So far, just we have to change the position. Become blind for everything, fully opened in eyes only for our Adhyatmic sadhana is the price lovingly, willingly, joyfully we have to pay for our own growth, our own development, our own evolution. At certain age in life, we have to become extremely selfish, and that selfishness is spiritual sadhana related selfishness, not the material related selfish that I only eat all the fruit sweets or I only take all the money, not that type of material oriented. What we mean is Focus more and more on one's own sadhana. Focus, but do it practically. So I understood, studied 200 books on the japa and how to do japa and what are the benefits. Nothing will happen. Instead of that, one book or one page or one line studied and 5 minutes japa done. That practical doing thing gives more benefit than just to poti padi padi jagamuva. So let us balance all the three things of our outer life of prarabdha as well as clearing the duties responsibilities. The second thing is our own listening, studying and learning. थर्ड इज आवर ओन साधना. इन तीनों को बैलेंस करते हुए हर पल हर दिन हमको गुजारते जाना है. Every night we should introspect what is done that day. And again what to next day. If the Lord gives us the chance, how best do we want to use it? See, when I fill my day with all worldly appointments, I myself am not sparing any time for my sadhana. Conversely, when I fill my day with the appointments of sadhana for the Lord, I am not giving any chance to myself or the world to fill it with the worldliness. As simple as that. Is it not? Morning, evenings. You have gave appointment to God and Guru. Hare Rama Rama Ruko Ruko Ruko. Mhm. When I fill my day with, like you are doing nowadays, morning, evening, with your own sadhana planning, study and class, who the hell in the world is stopping? And how the hell they can stop? And why the hell they will stop? So too, when we fill our day with the worldly and samsara, also, who the hell will object to us? So the constructive life of sadhana, destructive life of worldliness, both are in our hands, including the God, will not force us in either cases. That much love the God has for us, which He shows by giving all abilities, facilities, and opportunities, also the freedom. देखो, so what is wisdom therefore? Rightly encashing this opportunity, this freedom. So thus, fill the day with sadhanas maximum. If we start in small little doses, nothing is impossible. If we don't get convinced and don't start it, nothing is possible. Making it possible is in our hands, everybody's hands. Whoever made, they succeeded. Whoever never made because of various hesitations, inhibitions, fears, sold out to the mind's fancies or projections or procrastinations, they all have lagged behind in their spiritual unfoldment. So, this is in our own life what has happened so far. For us, luckily, you don't need any other example. We are the best example for ourselves because in this very life, we were there in the utter worldliness. In this very life, we have served masters, went to pilgrim places. In this very life, we are studying all shastras, and in this very life, only studied but did nothing. And in this very life, having studied, doing little, little. So, all these, when we note down and observe from what we got true benefit, and also how to balance all of them, when we from our own life, when we learn, that is sufficient data for us. So maybe all that way, first grow in understanding, then grow in the matured understanding that we have to do our sadhana, then truly let us do, genuinely let those at least 4 to 6 hours per day we have to dedicate for our adhyatmika pragati. 4 to 6 minimum it is, apart from the classes. ये क्लासेस छोड़ो ये तो अपना अलग टाइम है. Other than this 6 hours when we give, then the entering into spiritual zone just happens in us. We can feel, then therein you will know how tough it is, how many unpreparednesses are there in us, and how many places that we have to make ourselves ready or prepared. तब पता चले. Then really with inspiration we really prepare and then again proceed further. Lucky for us, if I seek, God and Guru and Shastra are always there to inform us, to inspire us, to push us into sadhana, to guide us wherever we go wrong. So in this way, every of these aspects are very salient, important if we think we are adhyatmika sadhakas, which is the first step. If that decision is not taken up, still we are only tentative, and more is ours is worldliness, and sadhana is very less. And then all these things are not applicable to them. Whatever you said is good to listen, Swamiji. In my life, 99.9% is samsara, 0.01% only sadhana. And then God bless us. Like every day today too, in our own simple, meditative, joyful poise, let us study our 12th Skandha Bhagavatam, continuation of Suthaji's teachings. Shaunakaji will ask question today. Then Omkara Pradurbhava, from the Omkara Veda Pradurbhava, the topic is taught. Then we'll see 10th Skandha, Rukmini, Sandesha completely. So too we will conclude today our Sampati taught Shastra, all the Tattva Jnana by that Chandra Rishi. Let us see how it works out. Start. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Satchidanandarupaaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tavattraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. Om Nigamakalpatarorgalitam Phalam Shukamukadamrutadrava Samyutam Pivada Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha Narayanan Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रहदेवताभ्यो दशदिक्पालकेभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। मातापितृदेवताभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री आदिशंकराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणशास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्यापि पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ द्वादशस्कन्धः। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं द्वादशस्कन्धः। ओम आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाध्यवसीयते स आश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते। अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः। सूत उवाच। Let us do from 33. तयेतदधिगच्छन्ति विष्णोर्यत्परमं पदम् अहं ममेति दौर्जन्यं न येषां देहगेहजम् अतिवादान् स्थितिक्षेत नावमन्येत कञ्चन न चेमं देहमाश्रित्य वैरं कुर्वेत केनचित्। नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णाय कुण्ठमेधसे यत्पादाम्बुरुहध्यानात् संहिताम् अध्यगाम् इमाम्। शौनक उवाच। पैलादिभिर्व्यासशिष्यैः वेदाचार्यैर्महात्मभिः वेदाश्च कतिधा व्यस्ताः एतत् सौम्याभिधेहिनः। सूत उवाच। समाहितात्मनो ब्रह्मणः परमेष्ठिनः हृद्याकाशादभून्नादः वृत्तिरोधात् विभाव्यते यदुपासनया ब्रह्मन् योगिनो मलमात्मनः द्रव्यक्रियाकारकाख्यं हित्वा यान्त्यपुनर्भवम् ततो भूत त्रिवृदोङ्कारः यो व्यक्तप्रभवः स्वराट् यत् तत् लिङ्गं भगवतः ब्रह्मणः परमात्मनः। शृणोति य इमं स्फोटं सुप्तश्रोत्रे च शून्यदृक् येन वाग्व्यज्यते यस्य व्यक्तिराकाश आत्मनः स्वधाम्नो ब्रह्मणः साक्षात् वाचकः परमात्मनः स सर्वमन्त्रोपनिषत् वेदबीजं सनातनं तस्य ह्यासन् त्रयो वर्णाः अकाराद्या भृगुद्वः धार्यन्ते यैस्त्रयो भावाः गुणनामार्थवृत्तयः ततोऽक्षरसमाम्नायम् असृजद्भगवानजः अन्तस्तोष्म स्वरस्पर्श ह्रस्वदीर्घादिलक्षणं तेनासौ चतुरो वेदान् चतुर्भिर्वदनैर्विभुः सव्याहृतिकान् सोङ्कारान् चातुर्होत्र विवक्षया पुत्रानध्यापयन्तांस्तु ब्रह्मर्षीन् ब्रह्मकोविदान् ते तु धर्मोपदेष्टारः स्वपुत्रेभ्यः समादिशन् ते परम्परया प्राप्ताः तत्शिष्यैर्धृतव्रतैः चतुर्युगेषु अथ व्यस्ताः द्वापरादौ महर्षिभिः क्षीणायुषः क्षीणसत्त्वान् दुर्मेधान् वीक्ष्य कालतः वेदान् ब्रह्मर्षयो व्यस्यन् हृदिस्थाच्युतचोदिताः अस्मिन्नप्यन्तरे ब्रह्मन् भगवान् लोकभावनः ब्रह्मेशाद्यैर्लोकपालैः याचितो धर्मगुप्तये पराशरात् सत्यवत्याम् अंशांशकलया विभुः अवतीर्णो महाभाग वेदं चक्रे चतुर्विधं ऋगथर्वयजुस्साम्नां राशीनुद्धृत्य वर्गशः चतस्रः संहिताश्चक्रे मंत्रैर्मणिगणा इव। ओम शांति शांति शांति। 1 minute. Om. Sorry. What a beautiful topic. Dwadasha Skandha learnings, 5 things. Hope they are all by hearted by us. Not the shlokas necessarily, but the meaning. What are the hmm, 6 things? Or the 5 things or 6, let us say. The 5 of Vyatireka Vala, the 1 of Anvaya Vala. The 5 Vyatireka are Aham Mama iti Daurjanyam na Esham Deha Gehajam. So with all the upadhis, Ahanta, with all the outer things, Mamata. When these two are given up, these are the two Vyatireka sadhana in the sense to be given up Vale. The other 3 are, one is Ativadan Titiksheta. Let anything odd come to our life, let us not react to it. It has its own repercussions of repetition. Therefore, do the titiksha for ativada means anything coming to us from the world of some dukkha, some insult, anything that is happening. So, from our side, for every or any reason, navamanyata kanchana. It is anything or anybody. It's a human beings or animal plants or even inert objects also. Let us not do avamana to them. This has a beautiful positive help. Third one is very, very essential. Ivam deham asritya vairam kuryat na kenachit. This one we have at length yesterday discussed. Having taken these 5 cares, which can be put as the Vyatireka sadhanas, now the Anvaya sadhana is ta etad adhigachanti Vishnoryat paramam padam, the discovery of that Vishnu in our heart, which is said in the 32nd mantra. So these things, when we note down, when we repeatedly go through them, contemplate on them, then we have all clarity of what is Adhyatmika sadhana to be done. Now once known, then spare time for it as we saw in introduction just now and keep on doing. Keep on doing. While in the beginning days of doing, because of totally being extroverted and outward and kshipta mode of kshipta bhumika, it becomes hell of a toughness for everyone. Nobody becomes overnight a yogi. Everyone will go through it. But when one understands it that it is inevitable and goes through the tough period and then through habit makes it easier and through real practices conquers that, thereafter it is a smooth ride. Any new doing is tough for anyone. All the professionals, all the artists, all the sports persons, for everyone it is tough in the beginning. For a child to stand on his feet first time is tough. To walk it is tough. To go to the school first day it is tough. Everything is difficult in the beginning. But through practice, everything becomes easy for us. Till it becomes easy, consistently, we have to do the abhyasa or the practice. Done? Now, this way, having done, very important topic, that's why we have given sufficient days and it is important. I'm sure you have understood it, not because just I am saying or I am not saying just to say, but it is true. Simply, Sutaji has summarized the essence of Bhagavata to Shaunakadi and all of us as to therefore what sadhana to be done. We have to reach to that Paramam Padam, Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam. Sada Pashyanti Suraya. But that further outer and inner preparations are enumerated, summarized too. Now, in this last sloka of his, Sutaji is saluting his Guru Vyasa Bhagavan, who is the expression of Lord Narayana Bhagavan Krishna. Because Muni Namapi Aham Vyasaha, Bhagavan says in Gita, in Bhagavata, both places in Vibhutis. So Krishna Paramatma ka hi expression hai Vyasa ji. Krishna ji is expression of Narayana or Vishnu. So, Bhagavan, in his infinite potentiality, expresses all these devatas, avatars to do the required things for his praja, santati, jivas, we all. So, what is a beautiful shloka? Along with him, we also join Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Krishnaya kuntamedhase yat padamruhadhyanat samhitam adhyagam imam. So by this sloka, not only he is extending his salutations and gratitudes to his Guru Bhagavan Vyasa, but Sutaji is guiding all of us also. And we have done yesterday the practice of it. Yesterday or day before, our own gurus were teaching us Bhagavatam and the parampara of the Bhagavata Acharyas, right from Parabrahma through the Brahmadeva, Sanakadi Muni, Narada, Bhagavan, Vyasa Bhagavan, Shukadeva Bhagavan, Sutta Bhagavan, Vaishambhayana Bhagavan. All of them, when we do pranams to their feet every day, remember them innocently, sincerely, like a child. While remembering, when you pray to them, O Lord, you know, in this Kali Yuga, I am, what are my capacities? Zero. But still, I am venturing this adventurous, initiative of trying to study and understand this most sublime, great, grand, glorious Shastra Bhagavatam. I know I am a child. My attempt will be childish. But I know with full faith that when you bless her, even the stone can learn the Bhagavatadi. So therefore, my heart may be like stone, my intellect may be dried like a twig or the wood. Yet, if you bless her, I'll be able to understand the intellectual knowledge. I can also have the development of devotion in me through the study of this Bhagavatam. So please bless me. Please see to it that, O Guru, O Bhagavan, O Guru Parampara, Vyasa Bhagavata Acharya Parampara, bless me to also become Bhagavata. This is the lesson we learn from it when Sutaji says, Namo Bhagavate Tasmai. Tasmai Bhagavate Namaha. Tasmai is to him. Bhagavate is Bhagavan. Namaha means salutations. Who is what? He Krishnaya. So it is Lord Krishna also, Krishna Dvaipayana. Akuntha Medhase, whose Medha, whose Jnanam is unobstructed. So Narayana's Jnanam is unobstructed. No doubt he is Sarvagnya. Veda Vyasa Bhagavan's knowledge is also unobstructed, that he is the one who gave us all the Puranas, the Itihasa, the Brahma Sutra, ityadi. Smriti Granthas, plenty of them. Clear? Now, Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Krishnaya Kuntamedase Yat Pada Ambruha Dhyanat. The one whose lotus feet, because I was continuously meditating, Samhitam Adhyagam Imam, that he blessed me and then he came in my life, I went to him, he taught me the Samhita. So Samhitam Adhyagam means पूरा इसका अध्ययन करके सारा ग्रहण करके साधना करने के साथ साथ सब कुछ याद भी है कि मैं आप लोगों को बता पाया हूँ. It is Sutaji's words to Shaunaka. Shaunaka the Rishi. So he is not taking credit to himself for this pravachanam. He is giving all that to his Guru. We also, it's all Bhagavata Acharya Parampara that we are able to study. Otherwise, it is impossible. So with this, having concluded the Sukha Samvada, as if Sutaji also concluding. But then the Shaunakadi Munis want to listen many things. Therefore, 6 more chapters are there for the conclusion of the Bhagavata Purana. In this very chapter itself, after the sublime topics of that gratitudes extended by the Parikshit Raja and is taking permission to enter into Paramatma, himself leaving, who the Shukadevji is leaving that place, Takshaka coming and biting, body gets into ashes, जनमेजय जी डूइंग ऑल द सर्पयाग, इंद्र को भी बुलाया उस यज्ञ में आहुति होने के लिए, बृहस्पति कमिंग एंड टीचिंग ब्यूटिफुल सिंपल थॉट्स बट वेरी सब्लाइम टू जनमेजय कि एवरी जीवा अकॉर्डिंग टू हिज कर्मा ओनली गोस थ्रू फला, नोबडी इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर सुख दुख. All topics are very sublime in this chapter. And Sonepe Suhaga added to that is, when all that is over, Sutaji took charge and was giving what a beautiful sermon or knowledge to Shaunakadi, which is the essence of the entire Bhagavatam and Adhyatmikata. With this shloka of saluting Bhagavan Krishna and Krishna Rupi Bhagavatam and the Bhagavata who he gave to him called Vyasa Bhagavan. And Vyasa Bhagavan alone has written this Pustaka Rupena to all that expressions, having saluted as if he is relaxing. But it is 1,000 years of yajna theirs. Therefore, they want to listen more and more. That's why the Shaunaka, the rishis, ask him the question about the parampara of these Vedas and Puranas as to how it has been spread from Bhagavan Vyasaji. Before Vyasadi, all those times, what happened in the answer he is going to say. It's a very again important topic which tells us as to how Bhagavan's plan of spreading this knowledge continuously to the humanity, and it is being executed on by Rishi Parampara. Second thing, why this topic is important is we are also reminded of our responsibility that we should also take charge and take part of continuing passing on this baton of the Shastra Jnana, the Adhyatmika Jnana, the Mukti Jnana, especially Bhagavata, the Purana. So let us see what is the question. Ki Shaunaka Uvacha, the great Shaunaka. The Mundaka Upanishad Shaunaka fame here also may be the same one. So Shaunaka Uvacha, he says, he Saumya, oh dearest, wonderful, SUTHAJI, Saumya in your heart, Saumya in your devotion, Saumya in your teaching to us all these Puranas, without getting any frustration or tiredness, even though for hundreds of years, 1,000 years you are teaching us. So, कितना सौम्य तो होना है कि उस वक्ता को श्रोताओं को एक के बाद एक के बाद एक सारे पुराण सुनाने के लिए. And that Shaunakaji caught. And he wants to have more knowledge to be heard from the Guru. Therefore, he'll have to say Saumya, Priyadarshana, Saumya, soft hearted, Saumya, tender and lotus like, the beautiful hearted, O Guru, like that you can say. So, hey Saumya, Naha Avidhehi, हमको थोड़ा सिखाओ. So, please instruct us or tell us or explain to us what it is. कि पहिलादिभिः व्यासशिष्यैः, Paila, Sumanta, and these are all the Sishyas of the Vyasa Bhagavan. Among many, these are the few Sishyas. Who are they? Vedacharya. Who are they? Mahatmabhihi. So the great saints of highest order, and they are the Acharyas of the Veda, this Paila Adi Rishi, by them, Vedaha Katidaha Vyastaha. In how many parts the Vedas are divided and given to the subsequent generation. Please tell us. The Vyasta means division. How the Vedas are divided into shakhas. Shakha, prashaka, aneka shakha. And all of us, whether we are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, whatever, we all belong to one or the other Shakha Parampara. Is it not? Do you remember? Among the all Chaturvarna, all of them, sometimes they say no to Shudra, but the other three, all of them have the Veda Parampara, Veda Shaka Parampara, and the duty of studying the Vedas. Only when it comes to teaching the Vedas, the authority given only to Brahmana. That is only for the sake of planning and coordination and integration. Because if Brahmana doesn't give Vedas and Kshatriya gives, and Kshatriya doesn't do the Rajapalana and the Brahmana does it, वो फिर confusion हो जाएगा. जिसका काम उसको करने से बात बनता है कि नहीं. In that way. Not with any biasness or partiality. So too, if the Vaishya is doing Brahmana Vritti and Brahmana is doing the Vaishya Vritti, there is always confusion there. Why should there be when a proper system is established that way? Anyway, that's not at all the topic. The topic is direct question. These Vedacharyas, Mahatmas, Paila Adi, who are the Shishya of Vyasa, in how many ways or forms they have divided the Vedas into shakhas and then went on giving it to their Shishya Prashishya. Please, Avidehi Naha. Hey Saumya, please tell us. As an answer to this question, beautifully, Sutaji, as if waiting for that question, as if wanting to give them more and more information and knowledge, he starts explaining. Okay. So Suta Uvacha. Sutaji says first, he Samahitatmanah Brahman Brahmanah Parameshtinah Hrudi Akashad Abhutnadaha Vrittirodhat Vibhavyate. So, hey Brahman, because the Shaunaka is a Rishi, is a Brahmana, so he is addressing as a Brahman. Oh, great Brahmana, the Shaunaka Rishi. So the is telling, starting from Brahma. So Brahmanaha Parameshtinaha. So the firstborn Brahmadeva, as we saw the other day, he from the Narayana's Nabhi, the Kamala came. From the Kamala Nala, the Brahmadeva Pradurbhava happened. This Brahmadeva, when he looked around, nothing was seen for him. To know where from he has come, who has made him, what are his purposes of the duty, what to do, why he has come. Okay. Then he looked into his own heart. Tapasya he has done of trying to search it in himself only. So that is what it is said. Ki samahita atmanaha brahmanaha parameshtinaha. So when that Brahma tried to look outside, nothing was seen. Then when he became introverted and became single pointed in his own internal quality equipments, that's called samahitataha atmanaha parameshtinaha brahmanaha. Then from his Hridaya Akasha, okay, from his Hridaya Akasha, Abhut Nadaha, there came a Nada. That Nada is called Anahata Dhvani. Just like Paramatma only expressed as that Nada. This Anahata Dhvani is called as the Anahad Nada. In the Punjab Grantha Sahib mein, they write all those whatever poems they call. One particular portion itself is dedicated to this Anahad what they call. So that is the Brahma Devas Hridaya Akash mein Anahata Dhvani came when he became Samahita Atma, focused on it. First step. Now, is it only to the Brahmadeva that Anahata Dhvani, when we focus with full concentration in our Chitta Akasha, who is only Brahmadeva, he gets it, or anybody or everybody? So the answer is Ki Vritti Rodhat Vibhavyate. So when we not entered into the sleep, when we are not in the dream, when we are in the waking plane, when our outward tendencies of the vrittis of the chitta through the senses is totally curbed and curtailed, even along with the vasanas which pressurize the chitta to express as the vrittis through the relentless yoga abhyasa. In that vritti nirodha sthiti, consciously that nada is heard by every one of us. Vibhavyate means us नाद का अनुभव, for anyone it will be known. So vibhavyate means you can experience that nada. So that is called as Pashyanti Vani Shravanam actually. So the Vaikari Vani is our talking with the mouth and working with all our senses outside. Madhyama Vani is all the forms and the thoughts, names and forms, everything at the mind level in the form of vrittis. Okay. When the vrittis also have not expressed, that is called as the Pashyanti Vani Sthiti. Beyond that is Paravani. That Paravani and Paramatma are same. So to Brahmadeva, that Pashyanti Vani has been experienced in his Hridaya Akasha when he became fully single pointed. So Brahmanaha Parameshtinah Samahitatmanaha. So, hey Brahman, oh my dear Shaunakaji, when Parameshti Brahma, the firstborn, became Samahitatma, fully concentrated in his own Hridaya Akasha, in this Hridaya Akasha, ek Nada has been heard by him. Hridaya Akashad Abhut Nada. From his Hridaya Akasha, Nada has expressed. And that is Vritti Rodhat. When the chitta vrittis are totally eliminated, vibhavyate is experienced by every one of us. Point 1. Clear? Now the continuation. Ki yadupasanaya brahman yogino malamatmanah dravya kriya karakakyam dhutva yanti apunarbhavam. Now, here, before answering to the question, at this level only, sadhana is being indicated by shaunaka आदि ऋषियों को और by our Sutaji. कि कहते हैं, हे Brahman, again in this shloka also, he is addressing shaunaka आदि Brahmanas as Brahman. He Brahman, yat upasanaya. When the upasana of this anahata dhvani, okay, nada, hrudayakasa nada, upasana, when it is done, what will happen? Yoginaha atmanaha malam dhutva. So all the yogis, having cleared the impurities of their own antakarana, then yanti apunarbhavam, they reach to the experience of the self, having gained which there is no coming back into the janma. पुनर्जन्म रहित मोक्ष पद को इसके उपासना से योगी लोग पहुंचते हैं. While doing that upasana, they clear or remove all the impurities of the antakarana. And what is that impurity? Dravya, kriya, karaka, akhyam. Okay, so dravya is all the matter outside. Kriya is the actual action which is backed by the indriyas as well as the prana shakti. Karaka is inside the karta and the vasanas. Okay, so vasanas come in the mind as desire, and there is an individuality to whom the vasanas belong, and from where to that individuality the desire has come. These three are called a karaka, the doers, the vasanas, the desire, and the doer, the individuality. Then this doer has to do, and to do he needs the instruments. They are called kriya, and they are the jnanendriyas, the prana shakti, and the actual karma. Karmendriya, jnanendriya, prana shakti. They are called as kriya. Then on whom they act outside? On the objects, that is called as dravya. So see, dravya, then kriya, this karaka, these are the mala. In this, the dravya is tamoguna, the kriya is rajoguna, the karaka is the sattva-guna. In the same way, the dravya is the adibhautika srushti, the kriya is adidaivika srushti, then the karaka is adhyatmika. In fact, these are which are required for the maintenance of the world, themselves are the mala, impurity, when we are seeking the Brahman or Paramatma. Just like that dharma without doing which we fall in our life. Okay? Same dharma becomes an obstruction when we seek the Parama dharma called as moksha through bhakti and jnana. Therefore, Bhagavan said, Sarva dharman parityaj. You are understanding? That which is very essential at one stage of sadhana evolution itself becomes an obstruction at a higher level. This we have to know in every case, and we should be able to transcend the lower to go to the higher. Generally, keep that thought in mind. Don't hang on to only one thing. Look for higher. When the higher comes, leave the lower and go for the higher. So here, dravya kriya karakatva is the mala that is being washed off by those yogis, and they experience the Atma Tattva, having gained which there is no punarjanma, apunarbhavam yanti. And when all this has happened, yat upasanaya means in their upasana of reaching to Hridaya Akasha, and there trying to see these nada which is experienced through the vritti nirodha. So yad upasanaya brahman yoginaha atmanaha malam, that is dravya kriya karakakyam Dhutva, having washed it off, removing, then yanti apunar bhavam. So they get that experience of their self. Yadupasanaya. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. So therefore, that nada which is in anahata, when we really meditate on that for a long period of time, then the mala of adi bhautika, adi daivika, adhyatmika or dravya kriya karaka or sattva rajas tamo guna goes away. That anahata dhvani. So actually dhvani according to physics also is out of when two things collide, whichever they are. That colliding sound is called ahata. Ahata means marna. लेकिन एक आता है अब ऐसा मारा इज आहत ध्वनि सो लाइक दिस दैट इज आल्सो आहत ध्वनि सो दिस आर ऑल आहत कुछ ऐसे ऐसा करो तो आहतम सो ऐसे इसको मारो एवरीथिंग इज आहत you can try eating your cheeks not others because they also want to experiment so all general dhvanis born out of ahata. But there's one dhani which is without any other thing, it is coming continuously. That's called the Pashyanti Vani. वहाँ दो चीज नहीं है एक ही है अनाहत ध्वनि अनहद नाद बोलते हैं अच्छा पहले बता देंगे उसको so that it becomes easier. It is more subtler form of the Omkara where the Om, Matra Rupa and Shabda Rupa did not express. Before that is called Anahat. So from that Iko Onkar comes later on. But before the Iko Onkar is that Anahat. Anahata Dhvani. On that when we meditate. Very Sukshma Dhvani. It is not heard by the our charma, that gross ears which listen to other sounds. As we saw in the morning in the Yoga Darshanam, very beautifully कि निर्विशेष वै निर्विचार वैशारद्ये अध्यात्म प्रसादः and while explaining that adhyatma prasadah as bhashyakara explained at the end of it as we saw that that is called as the intuitive ability of the intellect which is able to know every aspect of one particular thing without following the krama. तो क्रम के कोई जरूरत के बिना एक वस्तु के समस्त विषयों को जानने वाला एक विशेष बुद्धि का प्रज्ञा जिसको इंट्यूटिव पावर कहते हैं दैट कम्स टू हिम दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अध्यात्म प्रसाद so that intuitive ears are the ones very sublime with which that anahata can be tried to be heard. So, in the effort of trying to listen to that anahata dhvani, like in the effort of looking at the feet of my guru in my heart, or chanting only the name of my Ishtadevata in my heart, how I am avoiding all other vrittis. है कि नहीं केवल गुरु चरण का दर्शन करते जाए तो बाकी वृत्तियों का वो समापन होता है सो ओम ओम और राम राम कहते जाओ तो all other thoughts they are gone away. In the same way, in the effort of trying to catch that anahata dhvani, that effort is called upasana here. In that effort, these three mala, dravya, kriya, karaka, khyam, that dunoti removed. Then what happens? In this dravya kriya karaka pakad kar hi jiva bhav hai. Then the jiva bhava, because these three was gone, it goes away. Then jiva bhava goes away. What remains? The atma anubhava, which is ekameva advayam. Therefore, once that experience is reached, there is no punarbhavaha. There is no again birth. Okay. To put it in simple words for us, try to listen in your own heart to the silence. Try to listen to the silence. In the effort of trying to listen to the silence, okay, outer sounds go away, outer sounds listening ears go away, and the mind which is through the ears gathering the outer sounds in the form of the vrittis, that also go away. Then the mind also goes away in the effort of listening to that silence. And that silence is Paramatma. That is called again and again in Shantaha, 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 Prashantaha. That is Paramatma. Bhadram Karnevihi Shunyama Deva means that Bhadra means this Anahata Dhvani. May we listen it again and again. So the two shlokas. The one is Brahmadeva when he was Samahita in his own Hridayakasha, Nada came. And that Nada is experienced by every one of us when we do the Vritti Nirodha. So in this, the Vritti Nirodha Vibhavyate, what is said, the Sutaji was not satisfied by saying in one pada. There were another complete shloka he has used to explain what he meant. He says, become a yogi, then do the upasana of that anahata, then the vrittis which are in the dravya kriya karaka rupa, they get nirodha, which is used here as dhutva. Having those three vrittis are dhutva, dravya kriya karakaha, you discover your own self, then the self is neither born nor dying, therefore apunar bhavam, janma mana rahita, moksha anubhuti comes to us. So yadupasanaya brahman. Brahman is an address by Sutaji to Shaunaka Rishi. Hey Brahman, yadupasanaya yoginaha atmanaha malam, which is that dravya kriya karakakyam dhutva, having eliminated his vashna of ayanti, they reach to apunar bhavam, to the state of experience of self, after which there is no again janma marana chakkar. So this is another sadhana. For years together, in the effort of trying to listen to the Anahata Dhvani in the Hridaya Kasha, because of the, vasanas, the terrible amount of vrittis and upadhis and their tadatmya, and then bahirmukata and samsara, what we are involved in, all of that gets washed out. Then we discover the true self there. Once that's discovered, by the discovery of it en route only, the upadhis, the vasanas, the jiva bhava, because they all get destroyed, there is no punar bhavam, there is no samsara, there is no punar bhavam, no birth and death cycle. So अनाहत ध्वनि को याद रखना. Then क्या हुआ उसके बाद? ततः अभूत त्रिवृत ओंकारः. Okay, from that came the Om, which has come in the form of three matras. Tomorrow we'll talk from here. So tata abhut trivrit onkaraha yaha avyakta prabhavaha swarat. So he is self-evident and avyakta prabhavaha in the beginning, crystal clearly it cannot be seen for a impure hearted fellow. And then yattat lingam bhagavataha, and that is the lingam namam and pratik of Bhagavan. Which Bhagavan? Not Brahmadeva, Brahmanaha Paramatmanaha. That supreme Parabrahma Paramatma ka, that Nama Rupa, Namavala, a Omkara, from that Anahata Dhvani came. The Anahata Dhvani is it's a continuous, constant, undifferentiated, very sublime, beyond Vrittivala sound it is. Not even Vrittyatmaka Shabda. Forget about the मुख से निकलने वाला, कान से सुनने वाला, वो शब्द ही नहीं. Even the वृत्त्यात्मक शब्द भी नहीं है वो, even subtler than that. From that undifferentiated anahata came Onkara, which has got three matras, which is aspashta in the beginning. And this Onkara actually is the indicator of Paramatma. And this topic you have heard in so many times, so I need not repeat only. है ना? ईश्वर प्रणिधानाद्वा. Who is Ishvara? क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशैः अपरामृष्टः पुरुषविशेषः तत्र निरतिशयं सर्वज्ञबीजं सः पूर्वेषामपि गुरुः कालेन अनवच्छेदात्. Having all these sutras done, then of that Ishvara, tasya vachakah pranavah, name. Then what is to done? Tad jabah, then tad artha bhavanam. So tasya vachakah pranavah. So to Gita mein Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha Brahmanaha Trividah Smrutaha. Gita mein bhi again in another chapter Pranavaha Sarva Vedeshu, 7th chapter. So in the 9th chapter, the 10th chapter, है ना, Omkara Ahameva, he says in the 9th chapter also. पितामहस्य जगता माता दाता पितामह वेद्यम पवित्रम ओंकारः रुक्साम यजुरेव च. So 7th chapter, the 9th chapter, the 10th chapter Vibhuti Yoga. In the 17th chapter, Bhagavan talks about Om. And in the 8th chapter also, Om iti ekaksharam brahma vyaharan ma manusmaran yah prayati tyajan deham sayati paramam gatim. So to the Kata Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad, then the Taittiriya Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, all of them talk about the Omkara. Beautiful, that is. एक ओम को पकड़ो, you will reach the home. Om is my home. है ना, HOME, in between Om. H and E is he. तो Om को पकड़ो, you will reach him or our own home. English में just like that, pun of words. So Brahmadeva was in this Hridaya Akasha, meditated, there the Anahata came, and when he is further meditated, from there Trivruda Omkara came. From that Omkara, subsequent creation of the words and Vedas. And that Brahmadeva gave it to his own children. Who are they? Their Sapta Rishis and all those Manus and Prajapatis. They gave it to their children. It went on being spread for sufficient period of time. But later on, as the Praja grew, they at lost sight of it. Again, seeing that the Veda is becoming Lupta, now comes just before this Bhagavan Veda Vyasa. Again, he recompiled the Vedas which are first, जिन ब्रह्मदेव को प्रकट होकर जिनके द्वारा उनके पुत्र रूपी शिष्यों को दिए गए, अगेन वो क्या कहते हैं लुप्त हो रहे थे, उनको व्यास जी ने फिर रिवाइंड किया. You understood? So this is of the next 5-6 slokas will be told, which is an answer to Shaunaka's prashna, how this Veda Vangmaya has been divided and spread further by the Shishyas of Vyasa, Paila, Ityadi. To that question, these are the answers. So this is how ours is the Veda Parampara, the Guru Parampara, the Tattva Parampara, the Rishi Parampara. Never ever forget. And in that only our strength is there. In that only our redemption or moksha is there. Somehow, for whatever reason, by ourselves, by the other so-called who took us as enemies, they destroyed the Shastra Parampara, Veda Parampara, Adhyatmika Parampara, and in that place, all the Shastriya Vishayas, Bhautika Vadas have come, and all that put together is the present day called as Kali Yuga. ये सारे बातें हम कल थोड़ा टच करेंगे. सर्वम कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम, श्री भागवत शरणम मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणम मम, श्री सूत शरणम मम, श्री सुखदेव शरणम मम, श्री व्यास शरणम मम, श्री नारद शरणम मम, श्री कुमार शरणम मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं. स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामा मुञ्चत कर्हिचितो ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः अथ द्विपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः श्रीशुक उवाच श्रीकृष्ण उवाच श्रीरुक्मिणी उवाच. Let us chant the Rukmini Uvacha. One or two we have seen, remaining also let us study. Rukmini Uvacha Om श्रुत्वा गुणान् भुवनसुन्दर शृण्वतां ते निर्वेश्य कर्णविवरैर्हरतोऽङ्गतापं रूपं दृशां दृशिमताम् अखिलार्थलाभं त्वय्यच्युता विशति चित्तमपत्रपं मे का त्वा मुकुन्द महती कुलशीलरूप विद्यावयोद्रविणधामभिरात्मतुल्यं धीराः पतिं कुलवती न वृणीत कन्या काले नृसिंहनरलोकमनोभिरामं तन्मे भवान् खलु वृतः पतिरङ्गजायाम् आत्मार्पितश्च भवतोऽत्र विभो विधेहि मा वीरभागमभिमर्शतु चैद्य आरातु गोमायुवन् मृगपतेर्बलिमम्बुजाक्ष पूर्तेश्च दत्तनियम व्रतदेव विप्र गुरुवर्चनादिविरलं भगवान् परेशः आराधितो यदि गदाग्रज एत्यपाणिं गृह्णातु मेन दमघोष सुतादयोन्ये शोभाविनि त्वम् अजितोद्वहने विदर्भान् गुप्तः समेत्य पृतनापतिभिः परीतः निर्मत्य चैद्यमगधेन्द्रबलं प्रसह्य मां राक्षसेन विधिनोद्वह वीर्यशुल्काम् अन्तःपुरान्तरचरीम अनिहत्य बन्धून् त्वामुद्वहे कथमिति प्रवदाम्युपायम् पूर्वेद्युरस्ति महती कुलदेवी यात्रा यस्यां बहिर्नववधूर गिरिजामुपेयात् यस्याङ्घ्रिपङ्कजरजस्नपनं महान्तः वाञ्छन्त्युमापतिरिवात्मतमोपहत्यै यर्हि अम्बुजाक्ष न लभेय भवत्प्रसादं जह्यामसून् जह्याम्यसून्व्रतकृशान् शतजन्मभिः स्यात् ब्राह्मण उवाच इत्येते गुह्यसन्देशाः यदुदेव मया हृताः विमृश्य कर्तुं यच्चात्र क्रियतां तदनन्तरम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे उत्तरार्धे रुक्मिणी उद्वाह प्रस्तावं नाम द्विपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Friends, here when the force of her brother allowed or accepted by others, Rukmini was decided to be given to the Chediraja Shishupala. By then, Rukmini has heard about Krishna. She accepted or took in her heart him as the Pati. Now she has sent Brahman Deva. Through him, she is putting up her all points, requests, and all our feelings, experiences, or whatever her ideas are there regarding her prema bhakti to Krishna Ananyata. You and I, while seeing that literal meaning of the shloka and Rukmini Devi's prema to Krishna, from that only we are learning for ourselves also what sadhana we can learn and do. So the first one we saw, ki having heard your divya gunas, the people are clearing their antakarana of its all impurities. And people having seen you, there all the purusharthas are achieved. Having heard these two things, my mind is lost in you without any shyness, nirapatrapam. So the lesson for us also, keep on listening to the Lord into such an extent that our chitta gets entered into Bhagavan both with prema as well as in jnana. This is what. Then in the second month, and elaborate I am not doing because then already two times. Now in the second shloka, she says, she justifies. Justifying worldliness is how much ever intelligently it is done, it is foolishness. Justifying spirituality in which we seek the eternal, the permanent, the immutable, the Lord, is the correct justification to be done. Don't justify to me why you want to miss the class. Tell the people with your justification why you don't want to go to those programs. Then that day I'll be very happy when you tell me, Swamiji, I was given such a huge Nobel Prize and Bharat Ratna also, but आपके आत्म शांति के लिए मैं उनको छोड़कर आपके क्लास में आया हूँ. You understand? That is the day I celebrate. Is it not? Because one day you miss, Lord Krishna will miss you. And that day only the main thing will be given. That is the test. You understand? Luckily, if you don't attend, never mind, listen to the live audio. But don't make it a habit. Like one or two people you see, they took permission ki live we may not attend, so can we listen offline? Slowly, slowly, because nobody to ask them, nobody to question, they are not seeing like, oh, be chhod de, no, they're far away gone from us and our class and the text. By the way, I'm telling here, just an example only, she is justifying. What is the language she is using? Ki if I am Mahati, okay, if I am Dhira, if I am Kulavati, Mahati, Dhira, Kulavati. Okay, Dhira means highly intellectual. Kulavati means belonging to great tradition. Mahati means Mahan Hridaya of Prema I have. If these three I have, O Krishna, when I know about you and you in all these six aspects, and in all these six aspects, you and me are matching fully. If I am Dhira Kulavati as well as Mati, how can I can't choose you? How can I choose anybody other than you? And not only me, anybody for that matter. अब तुम सोचो मेरे जगह तुम हो हे किशन और मैं तुम्हारे जगह exchange the character. Now, will you choose anybody other than me? If I am suitable to you in all these aspects of Kula, Shila, Rupa, Vidya, Vayo, Dravina, Dhama. Kula, Shila, Rupa, Vidya, Dravina, Dhama, and Vaya. 7 things. So you are suitable. So who is that woman having somebody in all these aspects fully matching? Will not choose. Therefore, I am correct what I am doing. And the eighth point is what? Naraloka Manoviramam. You are famous in the entire world. When I have a choice, why can't I choose? So from this, we also, the lesson for us also is कि अगर हम ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता परंपरा को बिलोंग करते हैं और हम भी धीर है इंटेलिजेंट and where our Lord is, our heart is purified from all the lower vasanas and desires. And finally, if you have really listened about the glory of God, the Nirguna and Saguna through the Upanishads and Bhakti, if all these are properly done, the natija, the outcome, the consequence of all that must be, we should choose only God in the world, nothing else other than Him, and that we have to put in front of Him, as she is done. Because she has chosen the Lord, but she is caught up in the Maya of Rukmi and all. So too we have to choose God, yet but we are in the Upadhis, we are in the Prarabdhas, we are in so many of the inner vasanas, Maya. अब इनसे कौन हमको किडनैप करके ले जाएगा? It is Bhagavan only. Therefore, what we have to do is all these things, and the consequence of all that is choosing the Lord over everything else, and that we have to tell the God. Telling the God is for our own assurance, to express that I have no doubt. है ना? जिंदगी भर ये कुछ कुछ नुस्खे ना हमको सीखना है जीवन में. अब I don't want to enter into that, it will be a lengthy subject. Don't take for granted anything. From your side, anything to be done, do it fully. A common sense thought ki the child is told by mother to get something. No, he brought it and kept somewhere and did not inform. He went to college. Then it is not known to the mother, and that's, let's say, milk, something which is to be kept in refrigerator. He did not tell and she didn't know. देखो गया होगा लाया नहीं. Then दूध फट भी गया रात को आते ही. So what this stupid child should have done? Oh mother, you told me to bring this. I have brought it. I kept there. This called as the completeness of that thing. Never ever leave anything halfway. So don't imagine that हाँ भगवान तो जान रहे हैं कि मैं भागवत पढ़ रहा हूँ, भगवान तो जान रहे हैं कि मैं इनको सुन रहा हूँ. Don't say that. Tell him. In telling him, we take responsibility of receiving his grace when it comes in the form of tattva jnana ityadi, which is very crucial, which out of our arrogance and negligence we forget it. We are sufficiently arrogant to be overly, what you call, inadvertent in our life. We can't be. Whoever you are, at whatever level we are in life, the answerability or that reporting जो होता है ना, वो बहुत बहुत जरूरी है जिंदगी में. So she is reporting to Krishna. नहीं तो फिर बाद में पछताना पड़ेगा कि she will be married to शिशुपाला, then her सपना सपना ही रहेगा. So too, our sapna of knowing the God will remain as sapna if we don't transcend the Maya. Maya we can't transcend, only God can bless. But God will bless when He knows that we seek Him, we choose Him, and He will know it when we tell Him. Na? By telling Him, inside the mind जो है ना, उस mind के जो भी whims fancies है, हम उसको neutralize, nullify करते हैं. Like in the class teacher, by scolding one fellow, she scolds others. So too by telling the God, oh Lord, I want only you, only you, only you, then the mind which says, no, let me want the world also, that mind is taught a lesson. You just shut up. I am asking the Lord, I am seeking the God. You don't put up in front of me any proposals of anything else seeking of the worldly things. Just shut up. That also will happen. Then the Bhagavan will be very happy, no? Some bhakta came to me and asked me and has chosen. Dekho, that will give full confidence to Bhagavan to take up the action of saving us unambiguously, uninhibitingly. है कि नहीं? भगवान जब एक्शन लेना है तो उनको कोई संदेह संकोच संशय नहीं होना चाहिए. And that depends on how we present our case. Everywhere it is so, no? When you go to a doctor, if you don't present your case thoroughly and seek the direction of medication from him, and tentatively you tell him, he will also tentatively tell. Oh, सब लोग अकलमंद हैं आजकल. When a customer goes to the shopkeeper also, seeing the customer's haulia, the shopkeeper knows whether the fellow has come to purchase or window shopping. Accordingly only will respond. छोटे शिष्य goes to guru very external formality के साथ, without any genuineness or sincerity of surrender or wanting to learn, guru also equally acts in a loving manner of only exchanging the pleasantries and saying bye bye. What is it? ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तान् तथा एव भजामि. In whatever the way people approach, I will respond to them that way only. So here was Rukmini is so matured, she doesn't want to hide. This is called surrender. Clearly, she has written to the Lord or sent to the Brahmana the message. So confidently, and she has justified it. It is justifiable. Clear? Now comes the third, very important, very powerful shloka. What is that? Tan me bhavan kalu vrutaha patihi. Anga, oh dearest Lord, thus because of the above two things, by me you are chosen as husband. Pruta means मैंने आपको मनी मन वरण कर लिया. Not only she did it in the mind, but she has reported it to Krishna. Don't imagine कि कृष्ण सब जगह है, मेरे मन में भी है, देवर उनको पता है. ये बेवकूफी नहीं करना. You have to tell. In the mind you tell, or in the vigraha you tell, in the temple you tell, or tell to the guru, then guru will tell the God. This honesty is what is sought there. Like the example of Rama and Hanuman, never forget it. When Hanumanji asked, who are you? Said, I am Dasharatha Putra, my brother, and we came for searching a wife lost there, SITHAJI, somebody kidnapped. Then Rama asks, who are you? Then Hanumanji cries and says, I am Ajnani, I don't know who are you, I asked you. You are a Sarvajna, how did you ask me, O Lord, who am I? Am I not your Das? What answer Bhagavan gave? Bhagavan said, if you had come in your own original Vana Rupa, I would have recognized. You have concealed yourself as a Brahmana or Brahmachari. So you yourself don't want to reveal yourself to me, then why can I, how can I, why should I also recognize you? Because ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते तान तथा एव भजामि. So तुमने अपने स्वरूप को छुपाया, तो मैं क्यों पहचानूं? It is your thing, you know. In the same way, don't give a chance to the Lord to say that तुमने मेरे को बुलाया नहीं, इसलिए मैं नहीं आया. Is it not? हम बुलाए तो भगवान आते हैं. अब देखो क्यों नहीं आया बिना बुलाए, ये क्वेश्चन पूछने के आप भाग जाए. अरे बेवकूफ, इफ यू थिंक यू आर इंटेलिजेंट, why are you arrogant in saying so? Why don't you say when you need God that you only should call him? ये प्रश्न अपने आप को पूछो. बिना बुलाए क्यों नहीं आए भगवान, ये नहीं, भगवान को क्यों नहीं बुलाया, ये पूछो सवाल. When you are a bhakta and when you are in need of God's grace, is it not, it is your responsibility to call him? Very essential. Our ego and mind together work this way also. They use all the weapons that are there, finally not allowing the God to bless us, not allowed to seek his blessings, and continue to be samsari. In this very sublime manner, our ego and mind functions. The mind and ego's functionings of cheating us to know it is so tough a job. केवल गुरु भगवत कृपा है तो ही हम जान सकते हैं ये लोग कैसे दोस्त के रूप में दुश्मन बनकर हमको भगवान की तरफ जाने नहीं देते. Very, very tough, big, challenging thing it is to know. We think we are correct, we are intelligent. Nothing, we are only egoistic. One of the thing is this: not reporting to God or Guru or parents. Report करो. Both, whatever negative are there are doing, वो भी बताओ. Whatever positive, वो भी बताओ. Whatever कमियां है, वो भी बताओ. Finally, what you are seeking, finally, वो भी बता दो. In the transparency only, like when you tell everything to the doctor, transparently, then he will correctly diagnose the problem, and then his treatment will be perfect for us. आप छुपाते गए, अब वो क्या करेंगे डॉक्टर, परेशान होंगे भाई, नहीं बताया इन्फॉर्मेशन. And because this foolishness of people that they are hiding the information to the doctor, in his own compassion, in our own interest, Bhagavan has created the thousands and lakhs of laboratories to test our problem and shell out lakhs of rupees. टेस्ट के लिए ज्यादा पैसे जा रहे. काय को? क्योंकि मुंह खोलकर बता रहे नहीं डॉक्टर को. पर भगवान की कृपा है, बताओ ना, मतलब पता तो होना है डॉक्टर को. Therefore, he has sent the entire lab testing system in the world. I'm just giving an example. And you are shelling out lot of money. हर जगह टेस्ट टेस्ट टेस्ट. Same way, never hide with Guru, parents, and God. Everything. Let us be transparent. Then only they'll know where we are going wrong, how to set us right. You have to give them a chance. So here, this is what in the third sloka we have seen. Tanme bhavan kalu vrutaha patihi. So I have bhavan me pati vrutaha. By me, you are selected as my husband. For us also, oh Bhagavan, you are only rakshaka, palaka, poshaka. I have selected you. Point one. Second to what ki jayam vibho videhi. Now give me that position of your wife. I have selected you as my husband. मेरे तरफ से हो गया 50%, आपकी तरफ से. So too, the Bhakta says, "O Lord, I have done prapatti to you, and you give me sharanagati." ठीक है? But between these two, my prapatti and his sharanagati, the proof of prapatti is what she has shown us: Atma arpitaha bhavataha atra. I have fully offered myself to you. Yesterday we saw in different angle. Atma arpitaha bhavataha. I have offered whatever I consider as me to you. So देह इंद्रिय मनो बुद्धि प्राण अहम सब कुछ आपके हवाले हमने ऑफर कर दिया. सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य वाला मामेकम शरणम व्रज. आत्मा अर्पितः भवतः. I have offered myself to you. She has freed herself from the attachment to the parents. Everything I have offered to you. Yesterday we talked about Parikshlokan, Karmajita, Nirveda, Maya. So many shastras we can refer and talk. So she has heard about Krishna's Mahima, she has selected him as the Pati, she has offered herself to him. Now she is telling all these things through that Brahmana Devata to Krishna, and finally the decision is God's. है ना, आप तारोगे या मारोगे ये दोनों आपके हाथ. This is called Sharanagati. When this much Sharanagati done, why will not Bhagavan take responsibility? He has done an adventure. No avatar has done. Kidnapping somebody and making her wife. Wow! An avatar. देखो, और सनातन धर्म में ना हर मजा होता है. भक्ति इज देयर, ज्ञान इज देयर, एडवेंचर्स आर देयर, वेराइटी ऑफ वंडरमेंट्स आर देयर. हनुमान जी के अपने वंडरमेंट्स, राम जी के अपने, कृष्ण भगवान के जीवन में एक एक चीज आश्चर्य आश्चर्य है. और आश्चर्यों से महाआश्चर्य, ही आल्सो लव्ड समवन एंड ही हैज took her on her own choice. Both of them eloped and married. Is it not? But there, that's a beautiful prema, and there's a logic behind. She's not said that only by outer looks I am fascinated and infatuated. Rupa, Shila, Vayo, Kula, Shila, Rupa, Vidya, Vayo, Dravina, Dhamami. But another thing I told you today, all our parents, brothers, everybody were ready to give her to Krishna except this stupid fellow. One elder brother, Rukmi, herself also, and she has justified. Now, Atma Arpitaha Bhavataha. Therefore, make me your wife. Give me one position. Finally, she says, Ma Veera Bhagam Avimarshatu Chaityaha. Arat. Let Chaitya doesn't take. You who was Veera, you are Bhaga, that is me. An example, Go Mayavat Mrugapatehe Balim. Mrugapati, lions, Bali, or share. How can a Gomayu or a jackal take away? So too, I have to be taken by you, I have offered to you. How can the Chedi Raja Shishupala, who is like a Gomayu, he deserves me, he cannot. Mhm. So here in our life, the Chedi Raja Shishupala is all Bhautikavad. ये सारा बहुत ऐसे जस्टिफाइबल जस्टिफाई करते हुए, अपने आप को सुंदर दिखाते हुए, ये प्रपंच विषय का हमको इतना फंसाता है. तो उसको हम अपने आप को हवाला नहीं करने वाले, हमें अपने आप को भगवान के हवाले करना है. And tell him, the way is what? Oh Lord, I am offering myself to you, take me out of this Maya. That she will tell in the next. And the another shloka is so powerful. She says, Purta, Ishta, Datta, Niyama, Vrata, Deva Vipra Guru Archana Divihi, Alam Bhagavan Paresha Aradita Yadi. Okay, Yadi, if at all, Paresha Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, Aradita Alam. Fully sufficiently, if the Lord is worshipped by me in all these ways, Yadi at all, means I have done all the upasanas, pujas, duty truly, correctly, perfectly, and all of them are received by the Lord, and if at all Lord is pleased by me, then this Gada Graja, the elder, younger brother of the Gada, है ना, the भगवान कृष्ण के जो 6 भाइयां हैं उनके एक थे गदा. Gadagraja etya, having come, panim grunat may he run, may he come and hold my hand and take away. Not na Damaghosha Sutadaya or Anye. Damaghosha is the father of Shishupala. तो शिशुपाल या दूसरे कोई भी मेरे से पाणी ग्रहण ना करे. प्राणी ग्रहण इज मैरिज इन और हिंदू वे ऑफ टाइम, है ना. पाणी ग्रहण मुहूर्त कहते हैं उसको. सो लेट माई पाणी ग्रहण हाथ फिर हाथ में लेना, फिर शादी हो गया. 7 फेरे लगाते कि नहीं. सो माई पाणी ग्रहण शुड बी डन बाय यू. मेरा पानी का ग्रहण आपको करना है, नॉट गोमायुध दमगोत सुता छेदिराज. एंड इफ एट ऑल द लॉर्ड इज प्लीज्ड विथ ऑल माई उपासनास, all my pujas. It means what? To seek the God's blessing for our protection of going away from Maya, we have to, for many, many lives, fully involve in all types of Adhyatmika sadhanas, upasanas, which are prescribed, subscribed, or prescribed in Shastras for us. And what are the things she says? अगर मैंने ये सब किया, इससे भगवान प्रसन्न है, तो आकर मेरा पानी ग्रहण करेंगे और मुझे ये गोमाई रूपी तमोघोष के लिए छोड़ेंगे नहीं. What are they? Like Purta. So we all know Purta, Ishta, Purtam. So Purtam is all the social services of the digging the wells, planting the trees, making the social service projects, whatever they are. So if at all they have done sufficiently by me, they have done, and the Lord is pleased with them. Second one is called Purtakeva Ishta. Ishta means Yagadi. All the yajnas, havanas regularly if I have done. Datta means all the danams I have given of all types. Annadanam, Dhanadanam, Vastradanam, Bhudanam, Suvarnadanam, Godanam. So all of that if you have done, then niyama, if you have followed all the niyamas as I have to follow according to my own tradition, and the vrata on different special occasions, the vratas which are prescribed, and some vratas taken up to fulfill the desires. If I have done all of them, then a vrata, then deva, vipra, guru archanadi. If I have done regularly the deva archana, if you have done regularly the all vipra means brahmana archana, and our own guru, kula guru jo bhi hai, unka archana, if I have done them sufficiently, and if I am pleased with, if the Lord is pleased with all of them, araditaha yadi gadagrajha etya paning grunnatu me. If all these are truly done by me and Lord is pleased with it, then this gadagraja Krishna should come and take me, mera pani grahana wo kare. So how confident she is. And the post story is what? Really Lord comes and takes her. That means what? All what she said here is 100%. Just like Sitaji also takes all those vows and says, if this is right, this is right, this is right, Hanumanji ka poonch na jale, na jale. Like that 5-6 shlokas she does. Really the Agnivesh Dev शांत होते हैं, पूंछ जल रहा है लेकिन उनको कुछ नहीं हो रहा है कि नहीं? जैसे हम क्लास में बैठते कुछ नहीं होता, द सेम वे हनुमान जी को पूंछ जलाया, कुछ नहीं हुआ. वही सीता जी that Anushtana Vrataka Pratikyamaha. Same is used by Lakshmana to kill this Indrajit Meghanatha, who was otherwise not killed. Dharmatma Satyasandahacha Rama Dasharathir Yadi. And also Purushecha Apratidvandvaha. In that case, hey Shara, Enam Jahi Ravanim, go and kill this Ravana Putra. That Bana goes and kills him. Otherwise, he is not defeated by any of the Banas. राम जी के ऊपर शपथ किया तो इंद्रजीत को मार पाया. So to Sita ji has done so many shapata. That's how the Agni Deva did not do anything to Hanuman. Here also she is doing the shapata. He did Ishta, Purta, Niyama, Vrata, Dana, Yajna and Devata, Guru, Vipra, Archana. If you have done sufficiently and if all of that is being received and made the Lord happy, then the Lord Krishna should come and do the Panigrahana. Take my hand, na Damogosha Sutadayaha, not Damogosha Sutta or any others. See, therefore, even to pray to the Lord and seek His blessings, we should have some authority. And that comes from our regular studies, upasanas and all. अब हम कर रहे हैं 3 साल से, really honestly only we are doing. In that there may be hundreds of what we call shortcomings because of our ignorances, immaturities, inefficiencies, insufficiencies, innocences. They are all okay. But आकर बैठ तो रहे क्लास में. So this can be a point in our application to God. हे भगवान, देख रहे हो ना आप, तुम डेली आके बैठ रहे, तो खुद कृपा करके हमारे बंद अकल का ताला खोलो, थोड़ा हमको बात पल्ले में पढ़ने दो, थोड़ा साधना हो जाए. भगवान will just scrutinize. हाँ, चल डेली जा रहे हैं ना, चल थोड़ा अकल दे ही देते. And then we start understanding what is meant by the Shastras. What is the sadhana indicated? Why it is the sadhya vastu? These things start happening in our antakarana. This is which is a higher step than mere listening every day. Then after again we say, hey Bhagavan, बात समय में तो आ रहा है, but genuinely, sincerely, consciously, with well planning, I am not doing my own due sadhana. Please bless me in this regard. Bhagavan again will scrutinize our arhata qualification and our prayer and its quality. Then again he does some jadoo by which we start taking quality time every day for upasana, for sadhana. And that is in many cases early morning, 4 to 6 when you are doing sadhana. That means Bhagavan is blessing. So to evening between 4 to 4:30 to 5:30, if we are doing that sadhana, ye Bhagavan ki kripa hai. Because they are the hours time which are at our disposal. Any other according to each of you, each of us. So this is how we seek His blessings and we remove the obstacles, we empower ourselves, we walk on the path which takes us to Him. Clear? Now the next one, she says, ki understood na purta itta purta ishta datta niyama vrata deva vipra guru archanadvi alam bhagavan paresha araditaha. If Bhagavan is sufficiently worshipped and propitiated by all these things, yadi, then Gadagrajaha, Lord Krishna, etya akar paning grunatame, he should take my hand. Na damagosha sutadaya anni. Not the damagosha putra, Shishupala or the other fellows. Lord Krishna should take. So specifically, she is putting that application. She is not leaving choice to the Lord. And then later on, we will see after some 10-15 chapters, in one of the prasanga, Bhagavan says, कि तुमने पत्र लिखा इसलिए मैं तुमको उठा के ले आया हूँ, अगर तुमको चाहिए तो कहीं भी चले जाओ. वो मूर्छित हो जाती है वो. Terrible. He says, I am very sorry. Well, better you feel sorry. Then she says to him, how dare you talk like that? भगवान मजाक करते वहां. Here she said, in us also the clarity. We are by the external Maya and the internal Moha are lost in the outer world and inner ego and Upadit Adhatmya. Oh Lord, we have known it. So we are doing regular puja, upasana, japa. Please take all this as our, payment to you. Take us out of this outer and inner Maya. Maybe not value anything outside, maybe not identify with anything inside. With that freedom in the mind or freeness in the mind and purity in the mind, may we, through the study of Upanishads or Bhakti Shastra, reach to you. Aisa anugrah karo. We have to apply. Then only the reply supply will come. We are not applying genuinely. Remember it. We are lazy in our prayers. Deep prayers, genuine prayers. Why should we be lazy? एक्चुअल सुबह उठते ही भगवान और एक दिया आपने दिन, अभी दिन भर साधना होना है, अनुग्रह करो. दिन भर आज नहीं हो पाया तो भगवान कल कम से कम साधना करो. वी आर नॉट आस्किंग आज दिन भर कितना पूछा बोलो. Then we are not asking why will he give. Even if he gives, we don't take because we are not asked. We never felt the need of it. This is how it is. Now, next one, Shobhavini, tomorrow's day. Tam, you, Ajita, O Lord, who cannot be divided by anyone. You, Udvahane, Shobhavini Udvahane, कल होने वाला शादी के दौरान. Hey Ajita, O Lord, who cannot be conquered by anyone. What we have to do? Vidarbhan Sametya. Come to this Vidarbha Rajya ours. Gupta ji ko lekar aana. So very secretly you come. Don't announce yourself. Shankadhani mat karke. Just Gupta. Secretly you come there. Then Prutana Patimihi Paritaha. Don't come alone. Bring all your party of other kings and soldiers and everyone. Then what you have to do? Nirmatya Chaitya Magada Indra Balam. Magadendra Balam. पूरा ये चैत्य इस चैदिराज शिशुपाला मगधराज जरासंध इन सब का बल को सर्वनाश करके प्रसह्य माम मुझे राक्षसेन विधिना उद्वह. Take me and marry in the Rakshasa Vidhi Vidhana. She herself is proposing. And those days, it was not the dowry given by the girl or women side to the men all the time. There was a big period of history where the men themselves used to give to the women folk. It's called as Kanya Shulkam. Veera Shulkam it is called. So she says, you are this way defeating this Shishupala and Magadhara Jarasandha and taking me is your Veera Shulka to me. वीर शुल्क का मतलब ये राजा ने इधर उधर राजकुमार ने कोई महा काम किया and he has got so many things. He will show it or give it to the girl and their side as a proof that he is powerful and valorous. Then say give the girl here. Nowadays, instead of Kanya Shulkam, we have only the dowry where the girl side only give the boy side. अब वो भी खत्म हो गया आजकल luckily. Nobody have the money because everything is taken by income tax fellow. Remaining all our hangama of enjoyments in the world. By the way. So this is the Virya Shulka you are giving me where you are taking me. Means no other Virya Shulka I need. This itself is I'll consider as Virya Shulka. In that she is compelling also. ऐसा वाला आपके काम करो वही Virya Shulka है. It is from both. My side I don't ask any other Virya Shulka, Kanya Shulkam. And from your side also, show that you really love me or you have really that power to give that shulkam and take me and deserve me by taking me away from these Rakshasas. So in this way, Nirmatya Chaidya Magadendra Balam Prasahya Mam Rakshasena Vidina Udvaha is called as your Virya Shulka. So it's a challenge. I will be a gift to you if you can defeat them and take me. Virya Shulka. Now there is a doubt again. कि या चैत्य मगधराज को डिफीट करेंगे. Where will be they? They'll be outside. But I'll be in the Antapura. So from Antapura, you have to take me. But in the Antapura, all my family members are there. She's very intelligent here, very subtle. She's putting a thought in a very secret manner, in a hidden manner. शी ये कहती है कि आपको अगर ये संशय आया है कि मेरे परिवार वालों को बिना मारे मैं कैसे, मतलब आप मुझे कैसे ले जाओगे? Now, without killing my family members, how you want to kidnap me? If the doubt is there, then I will give you an upaya. So in that, what is she hinting? You beat and defeat the Chediraja and Magadharaja, but don't touch my parents or family members. See, if you have a doubt that how you don't want to kill my family members and take me, I am giving you an upaya. That means what? Don't kill them. Only Chediraj and Magadhara, inko chutney karo. Don't my parents, no my family, unko touch mat karna. And the what is upaya? Antapura antaracharim. I to remain in the Antapura, anihatya bandhun, without killing my own people. Tvam uddhe katham, O Rukmini, how can I take you and marry? Iti, if it is your doubt, pravadami upayam. I am giving you an idea. Upayam. What is that upayam? Purve tyuhu. And next day morning, Asti Mahati Kuladevi Yatra. There is a Kuladevi Yatra is there, which is very prominent and famous for the girl who is going to marry. In that, what is done? Yasyam Bahi Navavaduhu Girijamu Peyat. In that, the Navavadhu goes out of the palace to that Girija Mandira for doing the Parvati Girija Upasana. All alone she will be there inside for that Upasana. एंड दैट इज डन इन नाउअडेज आल्सो इन साउथ इंडिया. तो फेमस है, एक कमरे में उनको बिठाकर 1 घंटा कुछ माला जप का देते हैं, वो माता रानी के जप करने को बोलते हैं. We do in our everyday, everywhere is marriage happening, that is done. Where little tradition still followed, not that those useless way of falling in love and getting registered marriage, all that nonsense जहाँ नहीं है, there it is still there. Most of this, our place, it is there, except a few people बिगड़े हुए, but others are following it. So there, the Girija Upasana is there. That time, you come and take me. Nobody. So therefore, you need not come into palace to kidnap me while killing my parents and all. Don't do that. I'll come outside. And when I come outside for Girija Puja, that time when you take me, these Chedira, they'll be ready. Because all the discussion is open to everybody knows it. A lot of discussion happened. All the family members, parents wanted to give Rukmini to Krishna. It is Rukmi who was the one adamant. अरे सब सबको तो न्यूज़ पता चलेगा ना. And they also know कि Krishna may come. That will all be seen in the next chapter. Okay, so she has given all the details regarding how she has fallen in love with him and how she deserves him and she wants him only, nobody else. Then how he has to take her. Upayam bhi unhone bata diya. Now the last point. If you don't come and take me, I have no other option, that I will only die. Because I cannot think about anyone else. देखो, भगवान का स्मरण ही करना और कोई को नहीं करना. मर जाना चाहिए लेकिन भगवान के अलावा और कुछ विचार नहीं करना. That will be the lesson from the next shloka. So today we'll conclude it. Yeah, let it take some more time. Yasya angri pankaja rajaha snapanam mahantah vanchanti. That Lord whose dust of the feet, with that the snapanam, the snanam, the great yogis and bhaktas also desire. Then Umapati iva atma tamopahatyai, like the Adhyatmika sadhakas, to remove the Atma Ajnana with Atma Jnana, they worship Lord Shiva. देखो, भगवान शिव जी दक्षिणामूर्ति आदि गुरु के ध्यान उपासना से अज्ञान दूर होकर ज्ञान मिलता है. सो जैसे अज्ञानी साधक ज्ञान के लिए शिव जी के उपासना करते हैं, और वैसे ही महान भक्त लोग जिस कृष्ण भगवान के चरण धूलि से नहाना चाहते हैं, such you, O Lord, Yarhi, if at all, O Ambujaksha, the lotus-eyed you, na labheya bhavat prasadam. From such you, if I don't get the blessings, that you opt me and take me from here, then what will I do? Kruta vrata krushan. I will only do the upavasadi vrata, prayopavesha vrata, and become krusha. Finally, jahyami asum. I will die. And not one or two, shata janma bihisya. 100 lives I will do tapasya for you. In every tapasya, I will do upavasadi and die for you, but I will not opt or choose anyone else. Please decide for yourself. ये सबसे धमाकेदार जबरदस्ती है तो ब्लैकमेल, नॉट ब्लैकमेल, इट इज हर डिवोशन. ऐसा हमको कहना चाहिए भगवान को. भगवान कितने भी जन्म है, मैं आपको ही चाहता हूँ, आपको ही पाऊंगा, और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. That ananya bhakti, ananya vancha, ananya sharanagati for the God, when we have, then only he will do his best to take us away from Maya to his own fold. These two shlokas we have done in a quick hurry. Tomorrow 5 minutes we'll do, but the last mantra we'll see today. Brahmana vacha. Iti, in this way, ete goya sandeshaha. These are the very secret messages. Yadu deva, O Lord of Yadus, maya ahritaha, brought by me, vimrushya, having contemplated on that, kartum yacha atra. What is to be done in this regard? Kriyatam. Please do it. That anantara means instantaneously, immediately. Because shadi to kal hi hai. So you can't delay such things. So in this way, the Brahmana Deva concludes. Ityarse, iti Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana Paramaham Samhitayam, Dashama Skandha Uttarardhe, Rukmini Udvaha Prastav Nama, Dvipanchashattamo Adhyayah, in the 52nd chapter, named Rukmini Udvaha Prastav of the Dvitiya or the Uttarardha of the Bhagavata Dashama Skandha. This is the story. Then how Bhagavan comes and takes in marriage, all that will be in the next 1 or 2 chapters. These 1 or 2 thoughts from where what lesson we have to learn, थोड़ा सा कल हम टच करेंगे. सर्वं कृष्णार्पणम. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य देवस्य प्राणाय पानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्मणोतम ब्रह्मयोगिनन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधि मध्य मध्य नीराजनान् दर्शयामि. ओम नीलमेघ श्याम कृष्ण नित्य गणमोहन कृष्ण बाल गोपाल कृष्ण वेणुगान लोल कृष्ण वेदांत वेद्य नवनीत चोर कृष्ण नित्य भक्त जनाधार परम दयावार्ति कृष्ण मूर्ति मूर्ति गीता अमृतदात परम योगीश पार्थ सारथि रूप कृष्ण सर्वमंगल तत्र सूर्यो भाद्र चंद्र तारकम मे मांसुम नारायणाय वादास मंगल. बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेद व्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय राम राम. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु मंडली की जय. Thank you for your patient listening, dear friends. Let us have patience to listen our Adhyatma Ramayana.